What's up, guys? Sabitsuita here. Well, I've been kinda late with my reviews and all because of school, because it doesn't leave me time for much else. But anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing my top 10 mangas. So, look forward to it and see you in a bit. Coming in at number 10 is Bitter Virgin. Bitter Virgin is a seinen manga presented by Kei Kusunoki, and this manga was serialized in Young Gangan. This manga by Kei Kusunoki is considered to be her first masterful stroke of a love story. Bitter Virgin is a deeply moving title covering really heavy and dire subjects. It also praises how the authors deliver the heroine secrets without exaggerating it. Now let's talk about the story and the main plot. The setup for the main plot follows two main characters, Daisuke Suwa and Hinako Aikawa. To put it off really simple, like Daisuke Suwa is a ladies' man, yet he has no interest in Aikawa due to her man phobia. One day, Daisuke is on the church and hides in a confessional booth. Then, Aikawa turns out to accidentally walk in on him and goes inside the confessional booth as well. She then follows to reveal her deepest, darkest secrets, thinking he was the local priest. And after that, due to those secrets, Daisuke starts to grow feelings and starts to care for her like no other female person in his life. The plot may not seem like much, but believe me, once the reader also gets to know the secret behind Aikawa and read through her memories and actually read through the whole manga, you'll come to realize that this manga is really realistic in a certain point of view, because in reality there are a lot of people, especially women, going through what Aikawa has been through, and it kind of makes us think of how love works. But yeah, that's up for you guys to read and then think about. The cast of characters is actually pretty small. We first start with Daisuke Suwa, who is the main male character. First, he starts out as being a bit of a jerk and a bit of a douchey guy, but then he develops into a really concerning guy, to someone you actually look up to. Then we have Hinako Aikawa, the main female character. Although she appears to be frail and fragile at the beginning, she's actually headstrong, and she also afterwards starts to develop feelings for Daisuke, and we get to realize how much headstrong she actually is. Then we have Ibuse Kazuki, the brain-dead bimbo of the bunch, and we have Yuzu, Daisuke's childhood friend, Suwa Izumi, Daisuke's sister, who is going through a similar stage of Aikawa's past. And that's about it. Now about the artwork. It's kind of your typical shoujo manga style, with the bug eyes and the anoretic cast and all. But it's kind of different. It's got its own unique design to it, and it's also very beautifully illustrated. Although simple, it's very imaging. It's very displaying of what the characters are feeling and all. So yeah, I think it's really well achieved, the art style and the art form. One other thing I liked about this manga is that at the end of some chapters, it's got this little segment that the author gives out her own thoughts as a mother, artist, and writer. Now my final thoughts. Although this manga at the beginning might not seem like much, it is very intense in terms of feelings and emotions, and it's very well illustrated and drawn, so the art style actually helps to display that emotional part of it. Based on my judgment, I give this manga 16 out of 20. Rolling right along at number 9, it's Air Gear. Now, Air Gear is a shonen manga that was made by Ogure Ito, or as he's more known as O-Great. Air Gear was serialized in Weekly Shonen Magazine since 2003. It had its anime adaptation in 2006, and there's even a musical adaptation of the manga that was made in 2007. This manga is widely acclaimed for its popularity both on the east and west sides of the globe. This manga mixes the action and the comedy quite well, and the storyline always makes you wait for more. The story begins with Itsuki Minami, or Iki, as he likes to be called. Iki is a delinquent student that's also known as the unbeatable babyface due to his dashing visage. One day when he's heading home, he's attacked and humiliated by a team of storm riders called the Skull Sailors. Iki then finds out that his sisters are also storm riders and have their own team called Sleeping Forest. Now everything in this story revolves around ATs, and ATs are these rollerblade looking things that aren't actually rollerblades because they have a little engine inside of them that makes it go faster. But anyway, as the story moves along, Iki becomes more interested in the AT world, becomes more and more deeply involved in the storm riding world and the quest of the storm riders to climb up the Trophium Tower. The story itself is nothing special, I'll give it that, but the comedy is hilarious and is everywhere. I'm gonna give you one example. Check this out. With all these colossal battles we've been having lately, Itsuki-sama seems very fatigued. It's only natural I thought that a restful sleep would do wonders, that's all. Then why the fuck are your pants gone? Oh shit! Another really good point about this manga is the battles, and in the battle department comes in the artwork. The artwork really helps you get pumped up for the battles. I think O-Great was deeply inspired or influenced by urban culture, and I see a lot of graffiti references in his drawings. I really like O-Great's style. It's realistic, it's three-dimensional, it's awesome. It's really detailed. In some scenes there's always different angles and different perspectives. It's really worked out. It's really thorough, this kind of drawing style. Now the whole cast of characters is way too big for me to name them all, so I'll just stick with the main characters. You got Iki, you got Ringo, his sister, you got Kazu and Onigiri, his childhood friends, you got Bucha and Agito, his firstly enemies but then teammates, and you got Simka, and you got Spitfire, and so on and so on and so. There's a whole lot of character development in the manga, but Iki is the main enigma in this story, because his origins, his whole past before he came into the Minami household is a complete mystery. But yeah, there's good character development in it, but it's not all that good. I gotta say that the characters I liked the most were Ringo, Kazu, and Agito, because yeah, they're just awesome, and the character development they've had really helped to that. This manga has some really incredible artwork. It's really thorough work here. so it's worth checking out. The character development is there, but it's not the manga's strongest point, so you know, it's kinda mediocre and all. But it's worth checking out. The story isn't something we've never seen before in a shonen manga. I mean, it's typical shonen story, like, it's still worth checking out. I mean, the really good shonen mangas are always worth checking out. As a final score, I give this manga an 18 out of 20.